It's Krista here doing the weekly reading for the sign of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is for the week of November 14th through to the 21st. With the moon moving through both Leo and Virgo the weekend of these readings, I will be focusing the theme on talents and opportunities for your sign. So this is a general reading for you, Sagittarius. Whatever is most prominent in your life, I encourage you to take these messages and apply them to. And I hope that you find them helpful and healing. So what does Sagittarius need to know about talents and opportunities this week? Whoa. Let's get these little guys back in the deck and try that again. I like what I'm seeing here for you, Sagittarius. Never boring for you. So just a little snapshot here. You're beginning, no matter what you're starting this week with regard to talents and opportunities, you're stemming from a really powerful, very centered, knowledgeable, as in self-knowledge, place. Okay, so let's start there. You are looking at larger questions in the universe, including motivations, both for yourself and for the people around you. And you will be looking at themes this week regarding karma and a sense of humility, okay? Making sure that you have an attitude of gratitude this week is probably one of the finest ways to get through the week and the finest ways to go about completing all of your projects, frankly. So we could be looking at big picture thinking here as opposed to living in this very small sort of blinders on, it's just me and it's just my project and I'm just going to do this and I'm going to benefit. I think even if you were ever thinking that way, and probably not, this week it's going to be far more expansive. There's going to be this sense of whatever you are doing is touching on a much larger outcome, and that you are considering yourself part of a very big universe. You're a ripple in the ocean, and it's probably lending you a great deal of faith in yourself. Believe it or not, it's sort of having the opposite effect that it maybe sounds like it should. Like if you think that you're a ripple in the ocean, it could make someone feel small, but in your case, it's making you feel even greater, okay? Like you're part of something bigger, and it's giving you a lot of faith and a lot of energy, and there's a lot of excitement, especially around questions about who you are and what you're providing and what you're really part of, and further personal, possibly even spiritual development this week. So super happy to see this for you. Here with Serendipity representing you this week. Of course, we can see that we have this gorgeous little fairy sort of sliding by through the day on a 4-leaf clover. This is kind of like just being lucky in love and lucky in faith, lucky in a sense of awareness, okay? Even mental health, okay? Any way that you can consider that you're lucky right now, even if something is upsetting or something has gone wrong, there's this element of, understanding that on the grand scheme of things, things are well, things are healthy, and you are very lucky. It could be that a project that has just been begun or something that is underway for you is going to take on a little bit of a life of its own, which is going to be a relief for you. So if you feel like you had to have worked hard on something particular this week, you're going to find that you're not going to be working very hard on it at all, and it's still going to be rather successful for you. The reason I know it's going to be a project that's probably underway or about to become underway here, and it's going to have taken on a little bit of a life of its own, is that we have Yang as the influence to your current position, which of course is serendipity. And this is the action card. This is you having already taken action. And in order to do this, you need to have been really perfectly secure in what you were banking on, okay? The behavior that you have exerted here, the energy that you would have exerted would have been around a theme or a theory that you were banking on being successful, and you have been correct. It's absolutely successful or on its way to success here with what appears with not too much effort, which is lovely because ultimately it leaves you room for, other developments, right? You're not concerned about something doing well. Oops, sorry. That's been begun here, or something that's underway, or even something that a personal project for yours, a pet project even. You're like, oh, okay, well that's on a greater land or standing than I thought it was. Oh, look, I have this extra time or energy, or I've met someone, or I've been introduced to something here where I can look at other information, and this is going to give you time to do that. And of course, we are looking at sun energy here. We're looking at Leonian energy here. The sun rules Leo. So we're looking at something that could have been having to do with something that took you out of yourself, something that had to do with a little bit of courage here. But again, that's very, very exciting. We have to overcome something in order to display courage. So this is very exciting. Pat yourself on the back if you've done this. But again, it's also an excitement. Anything that has to do with high energy or sun or fire planets, fire signs rather, Sagittarian being one of them, of course Leo being another, is always having something to do with excitement. So really beautiful to see that for you here. And then round and round is your probable outcome, and this is influenced by chop wood. We're dealing with issues of humility here, being grounded here, and of course karmic issues or the spiral dance. This is where, in conjunction with the Y card, of course this is general energy for the whole week, so let's apply this in just a moment. But we have a nice karmic card here, which is you understanding your karma. You're going in this direction. This would have taken a great deal of self-reflection, Sagittarius, and you don't get to these places because somebody hands you something to do, something that's easy here. This is a lot of soul searching, right? But the work is worth it, and you're understand, and you're sort of able to appreciate that now. You're able to understand that you needed to go through or deal with, or etc. In order to get to this phase. So this is probably going to feel like a bit of a relief for you this week. But here, pure expansion, the spiral dance, getting your story is developing here. Beautiful to see for you. And again, being grounded, a real sense of humility, an attitude of gratitude this week will do nothing but propel you to your highest good, to higher efforts, to a greater sense of self and social understanding. Because as I mentioned at the very beginning, no matter what is occurring for you this week, no matter what is surrounding in particular, this is really a sense of a greater calling, a greater good, a greater understanding, something that is bigger than yourself. Right? And not to diminish yourself by doing that, but to embolden yourself. In fact, it might have been that concept that gave you the courage to go in this direction. So it's ultimately very, very beautiful. It's, this level of a sense of oneness, right? That if you develop, we all benefit. Your risks, your challenges, your sense of love, your sense of appreciation, your sense of gratitude and humility really lends to the whole, right? The oneness, and we all benefit. So this is just a beautiful way to go about your week here, with your general energy being why. Oh boy, I mean, this is higher yearning, higher, the questions of consciousness, higher consciousness, but ultimately motivations, right? What motivates you? What motivates others? And again, greater elements of understanding. And how do we get to these phases in our lives that we can even begin to ask these types of questions? Well, it has to come through a sense of some level of comfort, right? If you're constantly worrying about, eating and shelter and safety, I mean, it's incredibly difficult, if not impossible, to get to the point where you can relax and feel taken care of and feel safe and knowledgeable and community-minded, to the point where you can ask really large, overarching questions about the world. So I think by and large, these two, both the why and the chopped wood, could be acting in tandem for you this week, Sagittarius, with regard to appreciation and humility. I don't think that you're going to be humbled by something. I think that you are, through your own personal development and understanding of the world and your place in it, it will be humbling. Which is frankly a beautiful feeling, okay? Here with Mouse, this is scrutiny. This is you really getting to the bottom of something. Look at this, okay? Motivations, why, the big why. This is ancestral energy. This is ancient energy, okay? You're being called to this because you not only have the time, but this is a real freedom. Understand this, Sagittarius. Not having to worry about the basics like food and housing, or health, as it were. Yeah, some people don't have those worries, and they take on other endeavors or develop other attributes of themselves. But you're the philosopher of the zodiac, so God love you for making this important. And yeah, you're going to be scrutinizing this new information, scrutinizing how you can use it, how you can apply it, how you can develop it. And let's not forget what you can use and what you can discard. Recall that not everything you'll be exposed to is going to be useful to you. So use what's useful to you and discard the rest. Here with manifestation, absolutely beautiful to see this, because yes, you are the co-creator. You're going to be feeling this more and more and more as time goes on. You're at such a high level, high loving, high vibrational energy, okay, already, that your manifestation energy is going to be on high this week in terms of talents and opportunities being the theme for you. If there's anything that you've wanted to reach out for, if there are ancestral yearnings or leanings that you have, even if it's about, developing spiritual relationships with the unseen world, could be God, right? It could be an archangel of your choosing. It could be your own personal ancestor, someone in your family that's passed on that you want to continue relationship with. They could help you at this time, but recall that it is in this beautiful state of mind and higher consciousness here that you can go about manifesting as you see fit. So really stay humble, keep your feet on the ground, and keep reaching for those stars. Remember that you have what it takes. Your heart is in a really good place. You are developing as a human being, and by virtue of that, you really are helping all of humanity by doing that. So I personally thank you for that. If you have a moment, comment below. I love hearing from you. And if you like the video, leave a like. I really appreciate when you do that. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, it's free to do that. So until we meet in the next video, take excellent care of yourselves. Bye for now.